So that was a fucking lie.
It's been a while since I've even launched BRM5 or even thought about playing the game again. I've just been playing other games like Zombie Stories, Tower Defense Simulator, and non-Roblox games. But one of the main reasons I don't play the game anymore is because there's just a lack of content, lack of new content. The devs have said literally nothing about their hiatus. They have a lot planned for these new upcoming updates, as they say, that have not been talked about since. And it sucks because I praise this game for being one of the best out there, but right now it's not. The AI is starting to really show through that it's not the best and it could use some improvement. And the way that the game handles balancing in terms of open world is not very fun or has no replay value. When you look at the sandbox when you first play the game, you have a lot at your disposal, but in reality, you're narrowed down to very, very little stuff. Let's say you take an M4 and you slap on the comp point, the angled grip, suppressor, you have a badass looking gun. But when you try to bring it to something like Ronograd, which is primarily mid to long range engagements, you're not going to have a good time compared to like the AUG A3 that has no recoil with an ACOG. It really sucks how it's this way, but I'm not saying you can't, get away with doing whatever you want. You absolutely can, but compared to other things available, you're kind of handicapping yourself, which sucks. Speaking of the attachments, a majority of these attachments don't really change the stats of the weapons at all. Some people see that as an issue, but for me, I think that makes the sandbox even better. Usually you're customizing your gun to be the best with no recoil and easy to maintain, but if you leave it this way, there's more cosmetic value to it, and there's nothing wrong with it. I much prefer this system over any other system. But at the same time, we're going back to your limited sandbox, to where there's a few weapons that are just arguably better, and that's just like that, the way it is, without any customization, much like the AUG A3, the SCAR H, the XM 2010, those weapons are fine on their own, the way it is. And no matter what you do to your M4, your MK18, they're not going to be as good as some of these weapons, which is kind of sad. The way this game handles balancing between the various weapons is very different when you compare it to a game like Zombie Stories, which recently they just rebalanced their pistols into 3 main categories, and they're all, I'd say, pretty well balanced right now. And no matter what style, no matter what loadout you pick, there's always going to be some balancing around it. I've combined a series of weapons together to see if it would work, and surely enough, it did work out. Granted, I had to change up my playstyle just a little bit, but that's what it's all about when you're trying something new, is changing your style. Ideal ways to play open world is to grab a automatic or a DMR and see what you can do with it. But if you're trying to play like a sniper or something, it doesn't really work out the way you want it to. You carry very little ammo with the rifles as it is, and I found myself having to be a CQC sniper when raiding Ronograd because I just had no ammo, and it was hard for me to see at nighttime, even with the nods. If you try fighting Ronograd at nighttime, it becomes very apparent that it's a little bit annoying, especially as a sniper. Now when we're switching over to PvP, it's the same story with the sandbox. You're limited, and since it's PvP, everyone's going to be using the best loadout they can, and it usually boils down to, like I said, the AUG A3, or in this case, I guess PvP does expand a little bit, because now it's more oriented around shotguns and snipers, CQC snipers that is, and both shotguns can easily one-shot the enemy, same with the XM, and after a while, it just gets a little annoying, and you don't want to play the game anymore. And of course, there's the third mode, I can't remember what it's called right now, where you're going into a compound to retrieve some intel or something, I don't know, it's been a while. And when I play that, I'm usually battling my own system in terms of connection. Roblox's servers, as it is very bad. And it's meant to be difficult. You're meant to play this with just more than yourself. And my friends are all bored of this game. They all feel the same right now. And I just can't really find any enjoyment in it, dying over and over and over again. Before you go saying that I'm bad at the game, I'm not playing this game to go pro. I'm playing this game to have fun. There's a certain nostalgia value to it because it's a fan remake of BRM5. And I never intended on going pro in this game. I just want to have fun. That's why I stick to open world, because I don't want to deal with the toxicity that is the PvP mode. Going back to the devs saying literally nothing about their hiatus, they've posted on their Twitter once or twice, I think, and it was to have nothing to do with what's going on with the updates. And I look in the comments, and it's all just, where's the update? It's been a year almost, where's the update? And I think this is pointing out one of their major flaws. It's the lack of communication. Not communicating with your fan base is another good way to make everyone else start freaking out over the littlest of things, because no one knows what's going on, and, what are they going to assume? So, that's my little explanation as to why I've been putting this game off for so long. Overall, I really do hope this update comes out soon. I just know it's going to come out. And if it doesn't, well, then I guess I'll just live with the fact that I'm wrong. But when it does come out, I do plan on making a return to this game. But for now, I'm going to have to put this off to the side and move on to other stuff. I do have many other ideas for videos in the future. Some of them might include this game. I won't spoil anything, but yeah, that's all I got for in terms of BRM. My absence, on the other hand, I've been tired these past few months. The last time I uploaded was like the peak of my energy. I haven't been sleeping all that well in months, and I've just been orienting my time more towards socializing with friends and family because the pandemic, I haven't had a whole lot of time to do that. So that's another reason. I just wanted to spend some time with my friends, and I haven't had a whole lot of time to just sit down and record something. I just wanted some time to myself so I can mentally recover, as they say. In all seriousness, I've just been trying to take better care of myself, eat healthier, drink more water, and try to recover a little bit. I struggle a lot with mental problems, but I surround myself with people who care for me and love me dearly, and it helps out a lot. I really have no idea what I would do if I didn't have so much support and so many wonderful people by my side. But right now, I'm doing very fine, and I'm going to do my best to upload more often. It's going to be a great time.